Bonjour. Okay, so in this tutorial we're going to be looking at giving directions. So sort of thing like where's the police station? Okay, go straight on. Take the first left and it's on the left. So we're going to be looking at sort of simple directions and more complicated directions. So to begin with, what we're going to do is look at when you're looking for something and it's actually in the street, you're in the right street, you just need to know where the building is. So what we've got here is piscine, cinema, we've got swimming pool, cinema. So you could say something like où est la piscine? Okay, so où est la piscine means where is the swimming pool. Another way of saying that would be la piscine est par ici. Okay, la piscine est par ici means around here. So swimming pool's around here. Okay, so imagine that you're here and you're asking. So the person would say something like, could just say la piscine est à gauche. Or if you said something like où est le cinéma or le cinéma est par ici, you could say le cinéma est à droite. Okay, so la piscine, you can say est à gauche or est à gauche. So with the T, you don't normally hear because the a is obviously a vowel sound. You can have a liaison. So est à gauche, est à droite. But don't. It's not really necessary. You can just say la piscine est à gauche or le cinéma est à droite without the liaison. So, when we want to say on the left or on the right, we've got the words for left and right. So, if I put over here, so we've got gauche, and gauche means left, and droit means right. Droit. So, and they're adjectives, so they can be masculine or feminine. Now, I've done the masculine forms, so this is masculin, féminin is here. So you can see that gauche, the masculine form already ends with an E, so the feminine form will be exactly the same. That's also gauche. Now, droit means right, that's the masculine form, but to make it feminine, it's droite. Okay, so we add an E and now you can hear the T. So if you want to say, so if you want to talk about something, you want to say something like the left arm, it's a masculine, le bras gauche. Or if you want to say the right arm, le bras droit. So when you say on the left, you're saying à gauche and à droite. So why is it droite? Why is it not droit? What you've got to think of when you're saying on the right, you're essentially saying on the right hand side. So la main is the word for hand and it's feminine. So when you're saying on the left hand side or the right hand side, you're saying à la main gauche or à la main droite. So you can see that the gauche would be, doesn't matter whether it's masculine or feminine, it would always be gauche, but it's droite because it's à la main droite. Even though we don't really normally say the word la main, it still has to be feminine because it's agreeing with something, even if the word la main isn't used in the sentence. Okay, so what we're going to do now is look at when you're looking for a certain street. So imagine you start off here and you want to find one of these roads. So you could say to somebody, La rue de Paris part ici, and then the person might say something like, so rue de Paris la, and then it's the third, so première, deuxième, troisième. Rue de Paris est la troisième rue à gauche. Okay, so rue de Paris est la troisième rue à gauche. Also, you can omit this. You don't have to say rue de Paris est la troisième à gauche. So it's like saying rue de Paris is the third on the left, without saying the road on the left. And okay, so où est rue de Lille? Rue de Lille est par ici. So you can also say allez tout droit. Allez tout droit. So go straight on. Rue de Paris, so in this case, allez tout droit, go straight on. Rue de Lille, I can't remember which one we're going. Rue de Lille est la deuxième, the second, à droite. So you've got la première à gauche, la première à droite, la deuxième à gauche, la deuxième à droite, la troisième à gauche, la troisième à droite. So each time it's going to be la première. It's always going to be feminine because it's the first, second, third road, and rue, meaning road, is feminine. La première, la deuxième, la troisième, and then à gauche or à droite. Okay, so we'll look at more ordinal numbers, more than just up to the third in a bit later on. Okay, so we've seen how to find a certain street. Now we want to find certain buildings. So if we look here, so this is the cinema. So again, we start here. So you might ask me, le cinéma est par ici. The cinema is around here. Or another question, il y a un cinéma par ici. So there's a cinema around here. So is that cinema around here? So what you would say would be, obviously you're starting here, so go straight on. So allez tout droit. And then take, prenez la, and then the second, so la deuxième. I'm not going to bother saying road. La deuxième à gauche. And then the cinéma est à droite. Okay, so allez tout droit, go straight on, et prenez and take la deuxième à gauche, the second left. And the cinéma est à droite. The cinema is on the right. So let's look if we're looking for maybe here. So now the cinema is here, so it would be allez tout droit et prenez la troisième. Troisième à droite. Et le cinéma est à gauche. Also, allez tout droit, the alley isn't really necessary. You just say, without the verb, you say tout droit, straight on, rather than go straight on. Tout droit, et prenez la troisième à droite, le cinéma est à gauche. Okay, so that's when, obviously, there's only one, you only have to take one road before finding the correct road that you're looking for. So sometimes it's more than that. It could be like go straight on, take the first left, then the second right, then the third left, then the second left again. So you might have a more complicated set of directions to give. So we're going to be looking at that in a moment. Okay. What we're going to do now, before going on to more complicated directions, is just to have a look at giving, talking about ordinal numbers. So here we've got the cardinal numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So how do we say from that, how do we get the words equivalent to first, second, third? Okay, so if we look at 2, 3, 4, 5, etc., what we do is deux, and we just add ième. Deuxième. Trois becomes troisième. Quatre, we lose the E, and then it becomes, and just add the EM. Cinq is the EM again, but we have to also put in a U after the Q. Sixième, septième, huitième, and on like that. Now, you don't say an EM to say first. What you do is you say premier. Premier. Now, the ordinal numbers in French behave like other adjectives in that they can be masculine, feminine, singular and plural. So premier will be masculine singular. But if you want to say the first road, la première is going to be la première roue. Now, deuxième, troisième, so deuxième, troisième, all the ones which end EM, already end with an E, so that in the masculine end with an E, so the feminine will be the same. So it will be la deuxième roue, la troisième roue. And often we don't use the word roue, we just say la deuxième à gauche. Or la quatrième à droite. Okay, so now we're going to look at slightly more complicated directions with more terms than before. So here we've got the question, il y a une pharmacie par ici? Il y a une pharmacie par ici? Is there a chemist around here? So we're starting off here. Let's say this is the pharmacist, the chemist that we want to go to. So it's just tout droit, straight on. Prenez la première à droite. Okay, and then, so take the first on the right, then you can say puis, and you can say prenez, although that's not really, I say prenez la première à droite. La pharmacie. Okay, so now we've arrived. We're in the street we need to be in, so we now have to say which side of the road the chemist is on. La pharmacie. Because you're going down, so it's on the right. And droite. Okay, so here we've got. Tu dois prendre la première à droite, puis la première à droite, et la pharmacie est à droite. Just as in English you'd say, go straight on and take the first on the right, then the first on the right. You don't need to keep saying take, you've said it once. If we look at the next one, which is... Okay, so if we're saying the chemist, la pharmacie, is there, so it's red. Prenez, so tu dois et prenez la première à droite, puis then, puis means then, la première à gauche, et la pharmacie est à gauche. Okay, so, tu dois prendre la première à droite, puis la première à gauche, et la pharmacie est à gauche. Okay, so, slightly more complicated one this time to get to here, so it goes straight on, take the second right, and the first left, and the second right, and the chemist is on the right. Okay, so for this one, we need to get to here, so, allez, so tu dois, et prenez la deuxième à droite, puis la première à gauche, and then I would say, then we're on here, then I'd say continuez tout droit. So it's almost like you're going back to the beginning, you go back to the tout droit. So continuez tout droit. Prenez la deuxième à droite, la pharmacie est à droite. Okay, so it's just a case of go straight on, take the second right, then the first left, continue straight on and take the second right. So, I mean, if there was another turning, you might have to say, you know, take the, you want to get to here, so, and take the second left. So you might have to use puis again, or alternatives to puis would be après, after, après, or ensuite. Because if there are quite a lot of turns, you might, rather than keep them saying puis, you know, every couple of sentences, vary with après, after, ensuite, sort of next. Okay, now imagine you want to go to the end of the road and then turn left or turn right. So you can see you're here, so if you start here, you could say go straight on and take, say you wanted to turn left at the end of the road. So you could say take the first, second, third, say take the fourth road on the left. It's not really necessary because as long as you know it's the final road, it's the end of the road, and you just have to say go to the end of the road and then turn left. Also, if you made a mistake and you said this was the, you thought perhaps the, you know, there weren't as many roads, you could get the number wrong and they could turn off too soon. So it's just easier to say go straight on to the end of the road. So, so tout droit, straight on, tout droit. Now, the end is le bout. Now, you've also got la fin, but that's to do with time. So if you mean the end, like the end of the road, then it was geographical. It's le bout. So if you want to say, basically you say straight on until. So until is jusqu'à. Jusqu'à. Now, jusqu'à contains a, but when you combine a with le, it becomes o. So put those together. Tout droit, and then, so we've got jusqu'à, and le bout, but it becomes jusqu'au bout. Jusqu'au bout de la rue. So tout droit jusqu'au bout de la rue, and then here you wouldn't say take the road, you just say turn. You only say take when there are a number of different options on the left or right, so it would be take first, second, third. Yeah, when you're at the end of the road, the only things you can do are either turn left or turn right. Tu dois jusqu'au bout de la rue, and then we tourner à gauche. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So continue, tu dois jusqu'au bout de la rue. Puis tourner à gauche or tourner à droite. Okay, so hopefully that's been useful, and à la prochaine.